Lamar, you did this, you did that. And you tell them, that's all God. Don't get it twisted. I ain't sweet.
Yo, what's going on, fam? This is your boy K Noel with Relentless Conversations. Yo, we coming back with another one. Hey, this is gonna be a hot episode. I'm excited to have my brother on. So, yo, let's go ahead and get to the intro.
And yes, go 1, 2, 3. I got to be a beast and be like 1, 2, 3. I'm hot, watch me unleash and it go 1, 2, 3. When you know that you the best out, chest out. I'm saying I got now, forget the rest now. 1, 2, 3. I got to be a beast and be like 1, 2, 3. I'm hot, watch me unleash and it go 1, 2, 3. When you know that you the best out, chest out. I'm saying I got now, forget the rest now. I rap with the soul of Frankie Beverly, amazed on these graceful beats, forever heavenly. There'll never be none after me unless we talking let us see, but get on high notes like I'm lettuce. It's the real dreamer and artist formerly known as.
Yo, I can't even cap, man. That intro is fire. Yeah, I get kind of amped up every time I hear it, man. Shout out to my brother, Many Voices, a.k.a. Dr. Emmanuel Little. Man, my brother, y'all go check out his album. He's coming hard with it. The information is in the show notes. You already know how we do it. So I'm happy to have my brother on again, man. Me and him, we've known each other for a few months now, but it feels like I've known him for a good little while. And he's been a blessing to me, man. He's done a lot of content. His content, man, y'all gotta follow him on social media. His content is fire. If you need that daily inspiration, that daily motivation, that push that you definitely need to follow him. You definitely need to check him out. So I'm just happy to introduce to my brother to you, Lamar Wilson. What's going on, bro?
Oh, what's going on, Kay? What's going on, man? I love that intro, man. Thank you. I feel the same way, man.
Yeah, no doubt, brother. So how's it going on your end, man?
It's going good, man. It's going good. It's definitely end of the school year, and I got in front of a lot of schools to wish the graduation classes off and get them in the right direction. And a couple of students reached out to me about wanting to take a year off, and then I won't say I convinced them, Kay, but I showed them the side B that they forget to look at. Everybody shows the side A, so the side B is the laziness, the comfortability, I'm gonna just get a job, and then that you don't know where that job may, give you that push, and now you just forget about college. So it's been a great, I want to say May.
Yeah,
it's been a great May for me.
Yeah. So, man, we're gonna start it off like this, man. Tell me who you were before you became the man that we see today.
Kid from Astoria, Queens, projects. Grew up with my mom, grew up with my 3 brothers, 3 sisters. My dad wasn't in my life. My dad, I seen him. He just decided. I used to think my dad just liked living with his mom more than he liked living with us. And growing up, I would just be okay with it. I was okay with, I see my dad. He just don't he's not tucking me in the bed. And as I got older and I started to see things, I started to see I started seeing the drugs. I started seeing. I walked in the room one time. My dad is on the nightstand, like sitting next to the nightstand. I saw white. I didn't know what that was, and he was just like, get out the room. And so growing up, it was one of those things of seeing my friends with their parents, both parents, or seeing them with, got their mom and a stepdad, so, and I always questioned myself. I never questioned my mom. And my pops actually overdosed. He passed away from drugs, and growing up in the projects, I'm seeing the drugs. I'm seeing the fights and shootouts and all this stuff. And I always knew there was something outside of this projects. I just wanted to know what it was. I was just too scared to take that step out the projects because I seen my brothers go in and out of jail. I seen my pops, he overdosed. I seen people that I looked up to as a kid. Okay, I used to I used to steal my mom's mailbox key for $5 so the drug dealers could put the drugs in the mailbox. This this is like the late '80s, early '90s. Now I'm 8 years old. I'm going to the store. So now I could go outside by myself. My mom's like, here, go to the store, give them the note, and come straight back. Do not play with your friends. When I realized what I took, what I was buying, Kay, I was buying beer at 8. At 8, I was buying beer and cigarettes. You know, but that was the culture. That it's not something. Well, my mom, every mom that was drinking, smoking cigarettes, that's what they were doing. I realized that. Talking to my other friends, and they're like, oh, what your mom drink? Oh, she drink Valentine L. Oh, my mom is on the Midnight Dragon. Oh, so wait, I don't gotta be ashamed. Oh, So, before the person I was back then was trying to understand the right direction because there was no male figures. Okay, there was no male figures in my life to really direct me on how to be a boyfriend, how to be a man, how to be a brother, how to be, what do I want to do? What a woman was telling me that, my mom was telling me, you got to go do something with yourself. I'm sending you to school to get the information. And as I got older, Kay, I started seeing more and more of what was happening when you sold drugs, when you use drugs. I seen it. But Kay, I want the nice car. Back in the days, that's my car.
Yeah.
Oh, you see the drug dealers with the girls, and you see them playing the music. You see them with the fly clothes. You see this.
Yeah.
I want this. But then I see 2 days later, oh, you see the cops? You see, you saw what happened? Oh, this guy died? You saw. So I'm like, okay. So, but then Kay, I still want this. Why? Because my mom got 7 kids. I want the Jordans. I want the Patrick Ewings. So I'm in high school now. And my mom is like, yo, be home by 11 o'clock. But okay, so I'm hanging out. So now I'm like, all right, Mom, I remember, Kay. Mom, can I get the new Jordans? How much are they? 150. All right, that Friday. Mom, can I get the Jordans? You said when you get out of work. Nah, I don't have it. Let's next week. So now I'm starting to sell weed. I'm starting to sell weed because I want the sneakers. I come outside one day, Kay. This is what I'm telling you. This is where it's like that's not my path. Come outside, minding my business. Cops arrest me. You smoking weed? I never smoked weed a day in my life. I'm thinking I'm the man. Like, I got the sneakers, I got clothes, I got the little girls, hollering at me. Oh, I'm good, Kay.
Yeah.
So I get locked up. And then my mom's on the phone crying because she at work and she get a call. Most times, oh, your son out there fighting. Oh, your son, broke his arm or, he got hurt. My mom could stay home. She could stay at work until she get home unless it's something I'm in the hospital, right? But now my mom can't work, right? Because now her son, her baby, now she's used to the older guys. The older kids, oh, your son got locked up. All right, let me figure this out. But Lamar, that's my baby. That's the baby boy. What you mean he got locked up? So I got to hear my mom crying over the phone, Kay. That was it. I'm done. That's the one thing I'm not going to do is ever hurt my mom. You know what I'm saying? I came home the next day. I ain't staying there. I ain't do no time. I wasn't no Scarface. I wasn't no Scarface. All right, let me not even play that game. But it hit me when I realized the worst thing I ever want to do is let my mom down.
Yeah.
And so that shifted the mindset. All right, I'm not selling no drugs. I don't care if my mom can't buy me the sneakers. I'm gonna go get a job. I'm gonna go get a job because I'm like, I know I seen the outcome and I put myself in the outcome. That come on, L. That's just common sense. What you think wasn't gonna happen to you? You that was a smack on the hand. God said, "You dumb. You not stupid. So let's start this over again." And so that's what I was doing. And I put myself in school. Okay, I dropped out. I dropped out of high school. I only needed 4 credits. I only needed 4 credits. I had 36 credits. I dropped out.
Wow.
You know, and I watched I watched kids that I went to school with that lived in my projects. You know, they were graduating. They was going to the prom. They were in limos driving past me because I didn't want to put the effort in. I didn't want to put the work in. I wanted to be the class clown. I wanted to be the attention seeker. And so now the friends that's still hanging out with me, that's like, yeah, Lamar, we hanging out, boom, but I gotta go do my homework. All right, so I'm gonna go do my homework, and I'm only gonna get 50%. Only 50% got me 36 credits. You need 40 to graduate. I cut school. Oh, I'm not gonna change. My mom going up to the school like, please keep them in there. Please keep them in there. It was a waste of time. My mom like, you costing me money. At least if you're gonna cost me money, you should be making money. So to me, it always hit me that I could have been in that limousine. I could have been I could have been walking, you know. I could have had that conversation in high school with the same friends that I was hanging out with. But I chose to get fly. I had the same mentality my dad had. Okay. My dad wanted to get high on drugs. I wanted to get high on attention. I'm gonna say that again. My dad wanted to get high because he likes the feeling. He loves it. It made him feel good. I don't want to be a parent. I don't want to take care of responsibilities. Now let's take Lamar. I don't want to do my homework. I don't want to take responsibilities of getting my education, doing something with my life. So let me go get high on Jordans, new jeans that everybody got, clothes, the name brand clothes. And what that got me? Nothing. It got me a GED. Okay, it got me the GED because I'm like, yo, I'm dumb. I'm stupid. And the only reason why I got my GED, okay, because I lied on my resume. I lied, said I got my high school diploma. And you're like, because of your age and you're not over 21, we got to ask for your high school transcript. My high school transcript, I said, oh, I don't have that because, I'm waiting for it to come in the mail. She's like, school's been out. If you graduate, you should already have it. You should have a copy of your high school diploma. I said, man, so I'm going to be honest with you. This JetBlue, they about to pay this kid, me, $27 an hour. Oh, I'm good. And I'm like, ma'am, I don't have my high school diploma. She's like, you got your GED? So I don't even got that. I can't give you the job. She's like, why would you lie? Like, we had a conversation. It wasn't even about, now we're not even talking about the job no more. She's talking about me as a man. Why would you lie? Like, and I felt so bad. And I'm beating on myself. I'm trying to say, like, I should just stuck it out with those 4 credits. I can't go back. I aged out. I can't go back to school. I'm stuck. I don't know where to start to go get a GED. She hung the phone up, Kay. Let me tell you where I know what God was like. I'm going to keep pushing you. Even though you want to go this way, this is why I say God is the GPS in everybody's life. No matter how much we keep trying to go this way, God's like, go this way. All right, we're going to go that way. This is the wrong way, but I'm going to go with you. But I'm going to try to derail you this way. Or sometimes me and God's going the right way. And God's like, you know what? I found another way, and it's 3 minutes less than where we was going. But God, you told me this way. I know what I told you. Now I'm telling you go this way because this way is better. And so now the lady hang the phone up, Kay. 5 minutes later, the house phone ring. I'm telling my age I had a house phone. Right? And lady called. She said, "Hey, you just got off the phone with so and so?" "Yes, I'm her sister. I want you to meet me at this place at this time. Have a nice day." Click. I never forget it. And I could have sat there. I ain't going. I don't know this lady. She probably trying to kill me. Okay, I went there. Something told me, guys, like, go. I went there. I'm thinking it's a job. It's a school. They help you get your GED while you get your associates. And I'm sitting there and she's questioning me and she's like, "You don't know what you want to do with life." I was like, "Honestly, I don't." She's like, "You can't play basketball. You can't, you lied on your resume. So basketball, get that out your life right now." You're probably good in basketball, but no. And that day came, that's when it shifted. Because that's when I started. I wasn't around my friends. I'm in a school. I know nobody. They don't know me. We don't live in the same neighborhood. I'm by myself. By myself. And I promise you, the kid that you're looking at right now, that's over there cutting class, out there getting C's, D's, and F's, kid finished his GED, got his 28 credits for his GED, turned around, got his associates in a year and a half. Then when I was walking, they said, "All right, hey, listen, I need you to call this person. And tomorrow, they're going to set you up for your new schedule." I'm done with school. What are you talking about? I'm done. I got my GED, got my associates and paralegal. I'm good. No, you're not. You dumb or stupid. Turned around. I went and got my bachelor's. My mom said it wasn't enough. Mom said, "You got that. That's cool. But there's more to it." So I went and got my bachelor's in business management. But again, Kay, now I'm seeing outside the projects. I'm seeing the people, the normal people. Now I'm seeing people I never met. I never got in front. These new people that show me how to dress, how to talk, how to act, how to present myself in a good way. In a good way. I'm not saying people where I'm from is putting me in a bad way, but where I'm from, it's normal to go to certain places, eat at certain places, like because that's the attention. Let's go to Sizzlers. Like, oh, y'all. Oh, I went to Sizzlers. Yep, I'm good. But they tell you some nice restaurants out in Manhattan. Like, and you belong there. Don't get it twisted. Like, this place is your only place you could go to because of your skin color. And when I started realizing that I don't have to act like what society's showing me, what society's presenting to me. This is all you get. Anything else you see on TV, that's not it. Okay, I stopped hanging out in the project. I started going out because I'm like, oh, they out here really doing other stuff. It's called exposure. I'm being exposed to all this stuff. And it's like, not because I'm meeting new friends. Okay, I'm actually meeting people that's actually doing things that's like, yo, I'm doing this because I want to better my life. I'm standing next to someone, K. They like, yo, man, I can't hang out tonight because I got a test tomorrow. Oh, you actually studying? Oh, you actually doing school? Well, if I got nobody to hang out with, I might as well go start doing my schoolwork. I got nothing else to do. So I thank the people that it's funny that I always say I had to lie to better my life. I had to lie to better my life. I had to get caught in the lie so somebody could call me out and say, yo, you didn't have to do that. Just take care of your responsibilities as a man. And I tell you, kid, that shifted the mindset that where I realized that I don't got to be scared. I don't got to have society tell me this is all you get. This is where you live. This type of food you eat, this type of vacations you go on, this type of things you celebrate, that's it. When it's like, you got all this around you where it's okay to be there. It's okay to be there. You don't have, nobody's saying you can't be there because of your skin color or where you from. And when I realized that, Kate, that's when I'm like, oh, that's it. Now I got to go help other people. I got to show other people Like, this is just because this is your current situation, this is not your final situation.
You just said a mouthful. Let me start here though. For me, coming from the streets, my addiction, it was the attention, but it was the love for the streets. You know, we talk about the addiction to drugs and all this other kind of stuff, but there's also an addiction to the streets. And for me, that was my addiction, man. I was stuck in it. And, it was times that, I'm fit to change, man. I'm talking about I came to school in Stacey Adams, bruh. The slacks, the dress clothes and everything. But by the end of the school day, I was itching to get out of those clothes and get into my Chucks and Dickies. I was a Chucks and Dickies kind of guy. So, I was ready to get back on the streets, man. I was ready to hang with the fellas, hang with the lokes and stuff. That's what I was itching for. And, and I tell people often, God, if you don't give in, if you don't surrender to God, surrender to his will, he will put you in a corner where you have no choice but to turn to him or else. For me, that was June the 4th, 2003. I had a dream about it before the drug buzz happened. Soon as the drug buzz happened, it happened just like in my dream. Soon as the door opened, God said to me, turn to me or else. And it was in that moment that I was saying, God, I'm done. I'm through with this. I'm not going back to this. And I even told the judge that I wrote a letter to the judge. I said, if you ever see me in here again, you can throw the key at me. You can throw it all at me because I don't plan on being here. Even when I got sentenced to like a boot camp. And, one of the officers was like, a certain percentage of people come back. And I said, not me. I'm not coming back here. I was determined not to come back here. And looking back on it, I learned the impact that I had when I was in there, because no matter where you put me, I'm going to have some kind of impact. And that's what we have to realize, that we have a power in us. We have an authority in us that we're going to either have an impact on people for the negative or the positive. And one thing about being in the streets for me, and I tell people this all the time, you're gonna that negativity is giving those cats what they need, but not what they need. What am I saying? It's what they need because it's gonna push them out there further. It's not right. What they need because it's going to push them out there further. And we fail to realize that. And yeah, I get it. It may be some kind of psychological thing that I'm just trying to push you to do better. But that doesn't always happen for them, because a lot of them guys, they're hurting. They're dealing with some kind of trauma that they're not acknowledging. And they're going in this journey, and they haven't given in to the awakening that God has given us, because everybody has those awakening moments, but it's a matter of if you're going to surrender to it. And unfortunately, some people don't surrender to it. And then you have society, you have the world, you have the church. We're looking down on them. Right. And instead of pouring into them. Because we look at them and it's like there's no changing for them. There's no hope for them. But I'm very big on, you have to plant the seed. No matter what it looks like, you plant that seed, because it may not be today that you see the seed grow. And that's the problem now. We're so wanting to see change immediately, but change doesn't happen immediately. Change takes time. When you're planting a plant, it takes time for that plant to grow. So you have to give it time, and you may not ever see it, but the fact is God used you to plant that seed, and you did your job. We have to stop focusing on what we think should happen and focusing on, well, God, I was just a tool for you. You used me in this person's life. We have to get to that fact and start looking at that and move on to the next person in the next mission. Because how can we make disciples of the nations if we're so busy getting caught up in looking for fruition to happen right then and there?
Right there. Oh, you're absolutely right, man. And that's the thing with me. God, I said, God, wherever you want me to be, Just point and I'm there. I'm not going to question you. Why? Because I know my mom held me close growing up. You know, she wants the best for me, and she's doing what she can with one paycheck and 7 kids in the house. You know, when my house got raided, I wasn't doing no drug. I wasn't selling no drugs. I was going to school, playing basketball. I was actually getting good grades. I was actually doing good. And when my house got raided, and I seen my mom in handcuffs, I seen my sister in handcuffs, everybody in the house in handcuffs. And the cop that arrested me that time when he thought I was selling, smoking weed, he was like, I knew y'all two were related. He was pointing at me and my brother. And again, the next day we got out. And the fact of that, people had to see my mom. She got 4 boys. The 4 boys, people in the neighborhood seeing that, you know, Miss Shirley's kids, you know, her boys got arrested. And to see her get arrested as well. That's the worst feeling, but you know, not enough everybody talks about everybody. And that right there, Kay, when that I truly believe that's when God was like, if you keep trying to be something I don't want you to be, I'm going to keep hurting you. I'm going to show you the side B to this. Because there's a side B to this. You think you seeing just the side A. And the side B is I told you the first time when I sat you down for that 24 hours. And now I'm sitting you down again because you're not getting it. I don't want you here no more. So now, then again, the lady puts me in school. So now I'm doing my bachelor's. You know, Kay, I asked the lady when I sat there because now I don't want to be home because I'm scared it's going to happen again. So I asked her, I said, what's the latest class I can have? She said, the latest class that get out is 12:15. I'll take it. I would get out of work. I would go to work from 8 to 4, run through one side of Manhattan to another side of Manhattan, get to school by 5:30, stay there to 12:15, get home by 1:30. And this is the wintertime, summertime. Get back up at 6, get to work just because I did not want to be home. So if it happened again, and that's that trauma, that situation pushed me into seeing I could get an apartment. And I could live in Manhattan. I could live in Brooklyn. I could live in the Bronx. I could live in other parts of Queens. I don't have to live here. I don't. And so when I realized that working at Macy's, meeting new people, learning new things, learning stuff out there, it motivated me to carry myself better. Praise God, I haven't had a situation that ever came up where I had to put myself in cops involved. I'm good on that. I thank God every day. But there was still a situation, Kay, where I'm married now, and now I'm good. I meet this woman. She's good. I'm good. And everything's working. It's working. Okay. It's, meet in 2008, get married in 2009, have a baby 2010, buy a house in 2011. But everything's working so good. Kay, you like, yo, you got everything going. I'm getting lazy. I'm getting comfortable. And now all of a sudden, now we having problems. Now we're not seeing eye to eye. Oh, in 2012, she packed up the house, took both kids. I'm out. Because you're a boy in a man's body. You're a boy in a man's body. She packed up the kids and left. I'm talking, got her own crib, everything gone. I don't need her. I'm good, yo. I'm good. I'm good. Now, mind you, I just lost my mom in 2011, the year before. Now I lost my mom. Now I lost my wife. Now I lost my kids. For 3 years, 3 years, Kay, I became a weekend dad. I'm on the verge of, I signed the divorce papers. Now, I just found out I lost my job. The same day I lost my job, I get into a car accident. And God's like, come on, son. I'm tired of you playing. I put you in the game for a reason. You want to sit on the bench. I've never met a player that wants to sit on the bench. You want to sit on the bench. You feel like I done scored all the points. I'm good. I don't gotta play no more. I don't gotta play. I don't gotta win no more games. I got the wife, Kay. I got the kids, Kay. I got the house. I got the dog. And now I'm losing. Now because I guys like, you want to be on the bench? I'm gonna put you on the bench. But watch what happens when you get put on the bench. You start losing. You done lost your mom. You done lost your job. You're losing your house. You're losing your marriage. You're losing your kids. How many L's do you have to take until you realize I need you in the game? 3 years later, after she left, God said, I still need you in the game, but I don't want to be in the game no more. I lost my only uncle. My only uncle. 3 days after my birthday, I go to PA. My brother-in-law, because he felt something was wrong, he went behind me and said, God told me to be with you. He want me to pray with you right now. I got on my knees, okay? I prayed. And when I prayed, okay, 3 days later, my wife, now mind you, we've been separated for 3 years. We've been trying to make this co-parenting work. And it was, it was kind of working and stuff, right? Because God's like, I need you in the game. You don't get it. There's some people I have to bench, but you, I need you in the game. Because we are losing, and you okay with that. You okay with all these L's that we getting? L, L, come on! We need W's now. 3 days later, after I prayed, my wife called me. I want to move to Florida. All right, so how are we gonna make this work? Well, I was thinking we could all go down there and try to start brand new, like start fresh with nobody around us. All right, cool. Day or two after, I get a call. Hey, I see you put an application in. Yeah, I was just putting applications in because I lost my job. I'm not even paying attention. Yeah, this address 111 blah 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 Tampa, Florida. Florida. Oh no. I'm gonna call you back. Click. Call my wife. She's like, oh, get the job. That was Tuesday. I flew out Thursday. Kay, let me tell you how God works. I flew out Thursday, got the job. She said, can you start Monday? I said, that's very short notice because I live in New York. We'll pay for your transportation down here. Okay. Okay. I got down there on Monday. I watched cars, tires blow. I watched cars on the side of the road. I prayed before I got in that car. I said, God, if this is the direction you want me to go, I'm going to go. God took me from Long Island, the end of Long Island City, all the way through Jersey, Maryland, Virginia, everywhere, down to Florida. Only thing I had to stop was for gas in the bathroom. And God told me, if you keep aligning yourself with me, I promise you, you're going to see more W's. You ain't got to say no more, God. I got you. 8 years later, God said, I'm going to do you one better because you've been so fruitful with me. You got 2 kids at this moment. I'm going to give you another one to let you know that when you speak on me, you could tell them, I brought your family back. I got you a way better job. I got you a way better living lifestyle. And all I ask is that because you moved from the being high on the clothes and the sneakers. Now you so high on social media. All right, Kay, let's go there. Because now your addiction went from the sneakers and the clothes. It went to social media. Now you're portraying something you not, just like you were doing in the street. Now you got the addiction of social media and you don't get it. It is tearing your marriage as apart because your kids is too young to understand it. So I had to get rid of it, not deactivate it. I had to delete it. And once I deleted, God was like, now you're in the game. Now you focus. Now you can come up and down the court and you know what you're doing when you bring the ball up. I love basketball, so I'm gonna use the basketball analogy. And so when I realized that, I asked God, when I moved down here, Kay, he told me this. He said, there's a couple things I want you to do before I bring your family down here in November. Kay, he said, you're not ready for social media. You're not ready for it. And you're not ready. And I'm gonna be honest, let's be real. You're not ready to handle your own paychecks. So what I'm gonna need you to do is put your paycheck in your wife's account because you need to build trust back with her. She don't trust you. Now she trusts you enough that you won't go out and cheat, but financially and having that side of assurance that when you get your paycheck, you're not gonna go out and go buy some sneakers. You're not gonna go try to buy some stuff. Okay, I've been down here for 8 years. In 2020, I came down here in 2015. 2021, I got my first debit card. 2019, God gave me the approval to be on social media. And that's when you got the, what's going on, world? Because God gave me the approval. He's like, you can't come down here. I give you all this and you go back to what you were doing. So I got it. So you got, for now on, you got a progress report with me. That's what it is. You got to get permission. You want social media? Nope. Not now. I don't care what's going on in the world. So I'm 2015, 2019, 4 years later, God gave me permission to get social media. 2021, God said, all right, now you go get a debit card. And now with me and social media, God's like, you're not out there, you're not putting out just anything because you want to like. Okay, he like, your social media is going to be based on helping people as much as I helped you. I took you out of that divorce court. I took you out of that house that was about to be foreclosure. I took you off the employment line. I took you out those situations. And there's someone right now dealing with the same stuff you dealing with, and I need you to help them every day. And the day that you don't post something, the day that you feel like you don't have to do it no more, that's the day they need you the most. And that's when I need you the most, because that's when we get the wins.
Man, listen. Everything that you just said is direct view of what it means to follow God's footsteps. He prepared a way for you. And that path you follow. And I want the listeners and the viewers to understand why it's so important to follow God's footsteps. Because when you're following his footsteps, and that doesn't mean you're not going to have your trials and tribulations. But when you're fully following his footsteps, everything else is going to be added to you. And you have to keep that straight focus, that view on exactly what God is telling you to do. Not only just what he's telling you to do, but keeping your focus on him. Because when you're keeping your focus on him and don't take your eyes off of him, because the moment you take your eyes off of him, that's when you begin to sink, when you start stepping out on that water. So we want to see the supernatural, but we're not following the God of the supernatural. And man, I love this, and I love your story, man. I love your journey, man. And I gotta ask this question, because I know firsthand when you're breaking generational curses and stuff, there's going to be challenges that you face. So I want to hear about those challenges you faced. And how did you overcome them, man?
The biggest one is me explaining to the world. My mom, she passed away from an aneurysm. And it was a point where I thought my mom had brain cancer. And when I first started speaking, my family, I mean, they cool now with it. They see that I'm taking this serious and that I'm really helping people around the world. They wasn't happy with me telling these stories, the life that went on in 2705 Palmer 2D. They wasn't okay with me telling, about my mom's passing or what happened when the house got raided. But having that conversation with them, because it broke me. It made me feel so bad. Like, I was telling my side of the story. I was telling what I felt, what I was going through, the trauma I went through. And Kay, that was just the first step, because now I got a wife that's like, I don't, what do you mean you're going to go out and get in front of a camera and motivate and like, you got kids at home, you got a wife, you got, like, this ain't, like, you should have did this before we had kids. Like, I didn't meet you like this. And again, and I'm like, I got my family over here. They don't want me to tell the business. I got my wife over here. She feels like this is nonsense. This is just pointless. I don't believe in it. I don't want to believe in it. I don't care for it. And then it's like, I got people that's like around me that's like, what are you doing? This the first thing that comes to their mind is saying, this don't make you no money. How much money you made off it? And God's saying, son, stay focused with me. Keep your eyes on me. I need you to put the horses, they put blinders on when they race so they can stay focused. And I need you to stay focused. Yeah, people are gonna hate you. They're not gonna understand you. People are gonna, but there's gonna be people that love you. People that's gonna be happy that you spoke on this. And Kay, since 2019, I had to fight those battles. You know how hard it is to fight somebody that you're doing life with, and you're like, yo, this is my passion. This is what I want to do. This is what makes me happy. It's helping people. It's helping people get over their pain, their trauma. I'm not, my family. I'm not trying to hurt the family. I'm not trying to expose the family. But what I'm putting, this is therapy for me to get this stuff out, and stuff that I never shared with you. You're my sister, you're my brother. The stuff that I'm putting out, I never sat down with you and talked to you about it, because you don't want to hear that. That's not something you don't want to hang out with me. And, when we was kids, I didn't like the fact that you used to beat me up. But that stuff, those seeds that was planted in me, those became weeds. Those became weeds, and that I'm pulling out as an adult, as a 40-year-old man. I'm pulling out weeds that was there when I was 9, 15, 19, 20. Like when I left, I didn't start pulling those out until I moved down here in 2015. I didn't start pulling those out until 2019. I started pulling out the weeds, and I started watering the grass, and I started putting the right seeds in there, because I didn't want my grass to be my son's grass. I watched my mom get a divorce. My mom got married at 33, got a divorce at 36. I'm not trying to repeat that. So when people say, yo, Kay, Lamar went down to Florida with his wife and they were just about to get a divorce and he just got up and left and, he's a punk. No, God's like, don't listen to them. You don't get it. Like, they got their own issues. So what, they were there when you pick up the call to complain about her. That's entertainment, son. You do what I tell you to do. And when I tell you to do, you do it. You don't question me. You get up and do it. So when you going through the things that your sister or your brother, any of your family saying, "Oh, you think you some like big time drug dealer that made it, and now you live in the best." No, I'm not. I'm a kid that actually mentally went through some stuff that I didn't have a male figure that I could hug and cry and say I'm hurting. So I'm using this pain to motivate me and push things out my system. So because there's someone out there that's going through the same thing, or going through something like this, that needs someone to speak on it. And so when my wife is not supporting me because I wrote a children's book, my wife's not supporting me when I'm going to speak at schools. My wife is not supporting me when I'm going to speak at youth groups because all this stuff is free or sometimes it's paid. And I'm saying to myself, God, why she's not supporting me? He said, because I don't need her to support you. I don't need her to support you. And you keep looking for the wrong person to support you. As long as I'm in your life, I'm your only support system. So son, stop worrying about what people say. It means nothing. What can your best friend do for your social media? Share it. That's it. You're expecting someone that got 200 followers to change your life overnight. And you getting mad. You getting mad because your wife's not supporting you. Son, I brought you to a book. You got a GED. Son, I put you in a position where you can inspire kids that never met you. And you worry about your wife not supporting you? Son, she didn't bring you to these kids. She didn't bring you to the 49-year-old man that was trying to figure out how to get a GED. Son, that's me. And son, you got it all twisted. So all this stuff that you going through, as long as you're going through it and I'm with you, because understand, son, I would never bring you something or put you in front of something that I haven't prepared you for. And the more and more that I keep preparing you, your wife is like, I got it. You on Relentless? Oh, okay. All right. Well, just make sure it's not 3 hours. Oh, my friend was like, oh my God, I'm so proud of you. I'm seeing it. Oh my God, I can't believe you was on the radio. Oh, you did this and you did that. And I'm like, oh, I got it. God, I'm sorry. Oh, won't happen again.
Man, listen, you don't little fire me right now because I got to take both of these avenues right now. I see two avenues. I got to take both of them right now. Man, first of all, I'm thinking about Noah. Man, everybody thought Noah was foolish when he was building that boat. Because he said a flood was coming. Nobody had never seen a flood in their life. A lot of people around you never seen what can come of what God was telling you to do, but you kept building. And that's the thing. Noah kept building regardless of what everybody said because God told me to do this. And I know because God told me to do this, it's going to be happening. It's going to happen. And I got to prepare for what is to come. And that's the thing. Sometimes God is telling us to build and prepare for what is to come. But we listen to the people that's on the sideline. We listen to the naysayers. And sometimes our naysayers can be those close to us. And that's a test. That's a test for you because it's like, would you trust me despite everything that's going on right now? Can you still build what I'm telling you to build? Because if you stop right here, you're going to fall into calamity of everything else that's coming that I was preparing you for, that I was trying to build in you, that I was trying to build around you. And then once you build it, everybody's going to appreciate it. They can't see it right now, but I promise you right now, years from now, they're going to say, I remember when I doubted you. I'm sorry. But now you're going to say what God did. And it reminds me of a proverb, a Chinese proverb. The foolish man thought he could move the mountain. I'm paraphrasing it right now, but I did research on that proverb, and it said that foolish man, he didn't know if he was going to move that mountain then or not, but it said it could have been generations later, but that mountain got moved. What you're doing, you're building for the next generations to come. You're paving a way for your children to move that mountain. Because it takes a team effort. It starts with you. And one thing about being the pioneer, one thing about being the generational curse breaker, it's hard on us. because everybody else, because they're still forming in that same mentality of that generational curse. So we have to do what's the opposite, and we have to push what's not seen by everybody else. And man, I just want to commend you for that, bro. And I just want to empower you with that, man, because, man, the things that is coming towards you right now, the things that God is about to do in your life, man, eyes have not seen, ears have not heard what God is about to do, bro.
Thank you. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. And that's exactly what he keeps telling me. Son, just keep doing what I'm telling you. Just keep doing it. I promise you. People gonna get mad. They'll get over it.
Yeah.
They'll get over it. Don't worry. I'll deal with them. Don't worry about them. You do what I tell you to do.
Fact.
You go speak at those the virtual schools in California and Michigan and Memphis, because them kids need you. Someone asked for you to come and speak.
Yeah.
Someone asked for you to get on the phone, or someone sent you a voice note and said, "Man, I'm sorry, man. I don't want to. I hope you get this message, but man, me and my mom, we're just going through it. I know you don't know me, and I just need to vent."
Yeah.
Hey, man. Hey, this is Lamar. Hey, listen, I get it. Boom, boom, boom. Another voice note. Yo, you actually reply. Oh my God, you actually said, "Oh, this really you?" Yeah, that's me. I ain't got 100,000. I ain't got 1 million followers. I'm under 5,000. But I know what God is telling me to do. And I'm doing everything I asked God this year. I said, "God, please, wherever you want me, wherever the light is at, I'm going to be there, because I need to let them know that's where you're shining me at. So wherever you want me to be, I'm going to be. I'm not going to question you. I'm not going to cancel. I'm not going to put it to the side. I'm there. I am going to. This is what he told me. This year, I want you to serve. This is the word for the year for Lamar. Serve. Serve in your marriage. Serving your kids. Serving your community. Serve with the people that don't know you. Serve with the people that you do know. Serve to your enemies, because I need them to see that all the hatred that they have for you, that they just created, that you still have love for them. So when you do come out and when you talk and they say, "Oh, Lamar, you did this, you did that," and you tell them, that's all God. That's not. Don't get it twisted. I ain't sweet. I ain't sweet in no area. But I just know God saying, "Let's do this, let's do that, let's say this and say that." And kid, that's when I took the initiative. I said, I want to make God proud of me. I haven't said that in a long time. I'm gonna be honest. I know I'm making. I always say I'm making my mom proud. I'm making my dad proud. Making my little brother Nigel, passed away, proud. And I always want to make God happy. I always say I want to make God happy. But I never said to this year, I want to make God proud, not just happy. I'm happy he's communicating with his kids better. I'm happy that he's having a better relationship with his wife. I'm happy that he's doing these things. But proud, where God can sit back and say, I didn't even tell him to do that. He just did it. He just did it. That's when God's like, "Oh, I'm proud. I ain't gotta tell him to do it. I'm gonna tell him to do it. He just did it." Miss Shirley, look at your son. I know. I'm proud of him. That's my mission. Anybody out there listening right now? God's telling. Hey, I gave her a mission. I gave Kay a mission. That's my mission. Serve. Making God proud. All right, God, whatever you want me to do, I'm gonna make you proud. Excuse me? You don't want to make me happy? I done did that. I done did that for the last 8 years, God. Time to make you proud.
I just want everybody to know, just to show that he's not capping about the serving. We just recently had the King Conference, and he kept asking me, "Do y'all need any help?" You know, he was ready. He was ready and willing to help serve. He was ready and willing to help with whatever needed help with. And I kept telling him, bro, I'll let you know, because I didn't know at the time. So even when we got there, first thing he started doing was serving. And he was ready on cue. They pivoted on us, but he was ready on cue to help me move that sofa too, though.
Yeah.
But I want to transition for a minute, because in your interview form, I asked you your favorite speakers. So I had this segment I call "Let's Talk About It." So in that, I took one of your favorite speakers, and I took a clip from him. And what we're going to do, we're going to do a breakdown of that clip. So I want to introduce him. He's one of our brothers, Nate Evans Jr. So So let's get the roll on. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
But I realized this, through doing this work all around the country, there's 4 lenses in which we all see ourselves. 4 lenses are this: worthlessness, abandonment, rejection, or abuse. We all have seen ourselves, if not right now, through one of these 4 lenses, at least one.
Yes, sir. So
my man Nate.
Oh yeah. So and I thought that one particular clip was very powerful. It was short and profound, because I know for me, I felt that rejection and that abandonment.
Yeah.
And even having to overcome it. I was just talking to my therapist, and I was telling her, because this season is about me right now. Because I've always been that type of person. I was there for everybody else. Even on the streets. And anytime anybody had beef, one call. I'm like Ken Nugent, one call, that's all. I'm there. No questions asked. But, I'm known to be a leader of leaders. But I was telling my therapist, now I'm at a point now that I got to lead this leader. I got to be able to lead me now before I can lead everybody else now. So I've been in the past year, I've been doing a lot of work on my rejection and my abandonment. And, it doesn't ever go away, but I learned how to check it now. And I learned how to put it in its place. We talk about the boy, the man, and the king. I like to say I have the child, and I have the teenager, and I have the man. The child is what I call little Kenny. He's the hurt one. And then there's my middle child. My middle child is pretty wild. That's the gangster that I like to call Crazy K. But then there's the man that is K Noel. So, and I go through those different phases, where, the hurt. And then I had to learn how to embrace and comfort Lil Ken and let him know it's going to be okay. It's going to be all right. But then every now and then, Lil Ken slipped past, and he's still, that hurt continues on, and then it lingers on into Crazy K, and that's where the anger and stuff comes in. And I have to go into the boxing ring with Crazy K, because I gotta let him know, bro, you gotta put it down, man. You gotta put down your own hands, man. Put down the anger. It's not worth it. I have to calm him down. And then after settling those different phases, then comes the step into the man. The man, he touches each one of them, because he's that man of God that God uses to touch each one of them. He learned how to take the humble approach. He learned how to have that wisdom and not, knowing what's worth entertaining and what's not worth entertaining. So, for me, that's my piece when it comes to what I see from that clip, man. So tell me what you see.
When I seen from the clip, it was it had to be abandonment, because my dad, I see pictures of him, and there was one time I was coming home from school, and everybody was getting ice cream. I saw my dad. I run to him, and I'm like, Dad, can I get $1? And I thought he was tired. I thought because it's hot. And I'm shaking him. Dad, can I? And I see a needle in his arm. He didn't know who I was. So rather than me running back to the ice cream truck with all my friends, I'm running home crying. Everybody's seeing what happened to little T? I run upstairs, I'm crying. My mom like, what happened? I couldn't even talk. You know that cry where you can't even talk. It's just everything's coming out. And when I calmed down, my mom thought I got into a fight. My brother's like, yo, what's going on? And when I calmed down, I was like, I told him. My brothers went downstairs. I don't know what happened. You know, I just know my brothers came upstairs. You know, they didn't have Mr. Salty ice cream. They came upstairs with this ice cream bars and stuff. And that point, Kay, I'm telling myself, like, yo, why my dad don't want me? Why my dad don't want to be a father? Like, what did I do? Not what my mom did. What did I do? I'm at a point where I should not say this at, 9, 10 years old, where I'm saying when I become a father, no little kid at that age should be saying that. I'm never going to treat my kids like that. Despite all the stuff that my wife and I went through when the kids were young, and when we were separated and we're going through the courts and we're living into separate homes, I still present. My son just graduated. I'm there. Oh, the grace of God to see him. Like, no matter what, I will never let my kids down. Like, I will always be there. I don't ever want them to feel what I felt that day. Just to see that hurt and that mental abuse of, I see you. Why can't you see me? And to the day when they told me the priest is asking for Lamar. So I go down to the hospital and my dad, I see my dad, but I don't care at this point. I don't care. When you're in the hospital, go ahead, do it. Now you want me? And the priest said, Lamar, you got to forgive. Forgive. I'm 17. Did he forgive the 17 years that he left? He said, just go in the room. And I remember this, King. I grabbed my father's hand, and he was talking real soft. And I remember he said, I'm sorry. Everything just fell. 17 years of hate, pain, questions, everything. It just fell. And I became his son. The little boy that wanted his father. The little boy that wanted the ice cream. It was too late for me to be like, I want my dad back. I don't think God was punishing him. I think God was saying, I need you before I take your son and put him on a path that I know where I want him to be. Before I take Lamar, I need y'all to understand that it's okay to forgive and it's okay to say sorry. So he needed us too. Bobby, I need you to say sorry to your son. And Lamar, I need you to forgive him. Because I'm going to be your father. I'm going to take his place and I'm going to put you in the right direction. And so when Nate said that, all I could do is think about that time with my father in that hospital. Having that abandonment just forgiven.
Man, that is a powerful story, bruh. And I can see why you have to continue on the journey that you're on right now. Because what you are now, you are being that person for others that you needed back then. So if anything, bruh, First, I want to say I commend you, man. The strength, man, and I know it's strength from God. But just we have choices. You could have chose to just give up, but you chose to stick it in there. You said, God, I'm gonna stick it in there with you. I'm gonna trust God. I'm gonna choose God in the midst of this. And you kept going, no matter what it looks like. You kept pouring into people, man. I see your clips, bro. You pour into me, whether you know it or not. And bro, I just want to say thank you, man. Thank you for not giving up. Thank you for continuing in the race. Thank you for being obedient to God. Thank you for saying yes to God.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, man. But as we're nearing the end, man, do you have anything you want to say to the audience?
I want to tell everybody this year, whatever you had planned, and I said this to myself today, okay, and this is why it's just so fresh. Okay, like honestly, anything that you had planned on December 31st is not too late. I look at my to-do list, I look at my vision board, I look at my transformation list, and I'm saying to myself, it's May, we're going into to June. It's not too late. It's not too late. Like God is like, I'm ready when you are. That's what he told me today. This morning at 7:28 when I was looking at the time. I said, man, I'm so far behind. And God's like, what? What? Even if you cross one thing out, you are closer to the finish line than you think. Like, so for anybody out there that's thinking I should just throw in the towel and wait till next year, whether that's with a habit, whatever it is, whatever you have planned, is not too late. All I'm asking you to do is take that first step. Do your future you the favor and take the first step.
Absolutely, man. I love it. And I need you all, if you watching, man, and you need a speaker, man, you see how powerful this brother is, man. Y'all make sure y'all contact them. And speaking of contacting, how can they find you, bro?
Oh, on my website, www.IamLamarWilson.com. Just reach out to me. I got a whole email list, and I definitely contact you back. And I mean, social media, I'm on everything. I got lucky. I am Lamar Wilson. It's on everything: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, or X. I think it's called X now. So yeah, I'm there. And thank you, Kay, man. Thank you. This has been therapeutic. Is that the right term to use it?
Yeah.
Therapeutic, or this is the okay. Yeah, this is therapeutic because sometimes even though we speak about it so much, it's always still refreshing, and it helps get out more weeds, speaking on it. So thank you for having me. And I truly, like you said, I want to give you your flowers. The moment you and I got together and hanging and started chopping it up, I felt like God was pushing me more. And for me, God, I was like, God, well, my boy Chris was supposed to come with me to the men's conference, and I'm like, well, then maybe I'm not gonna go. And God was like, go. And I got on that plane, and I'm like, okay, I'm coming. When I get touchdown, and you didn't put me to the side, like, all right, man, all right, see you when I see you. And God was like, keep going, because I need you to meet him. Yeah. I'm gonna get you there. Just go. I got you down to Florida. I'm gonna get you down there. I'm gonna get you in the right rooms with the right people to learn the right things. Just go. So I want to give you your flowers because we're on social media together, but to actually meet you in person, like I told you, and it's not something I'm just making up. It is starstruck to actually see you, see Chris, see Chaz, see these people, and you're like, I'm not looking at a camera. I'm not looking at the phone. Like I literally, I'm there, and that's powerful to me. I can't speak for everybody else, but that's powerful for me to actually meet you in person. I truly, I took our pictures and I put them in my external hard drive. So I make sure, God forbid, anything happens to my phone, I don't lose that.
Yeah.
That's what I mean about friendship and brotherhood, that I'm taking it out to make sure, God forbid, something happens to my phone, my memory. I don't know what can happen to my phone and pictures. I don't want to lose this.
Yeah.
So
Bruh,
I appreciate you.
It's all love, bruh. It's all love, man, for real. Man, I thank God for you, bruh. So for all of the listeners, for all of the viewers, you already know how we do it. This is another episode of Relentless Conversations. I'm your host. I'm your boy, K Noel, and you already know how we do it. We leave no days left behind. We make the best of each day, and overall, everything else, we be relentless. Again, I'm K Noel, and I'm out. Peace.
Hey, aren't you glad? I'm bringing it back. My chains in the past. Yeah. Got my confidence back. I ain't living in land. That ain't living like that. Hey, aren't you glad?